Guys! Shh! I'm trying to do an interview here. Thank you.
Here we are a few days before the actual treaty starts, and we've got the main judge, or...
I'm not judging anything. Let's get that clear from the very beginning. I'm not judging anything, I'm just chairing discussion. If anyone's judging this, you are. In fact, there is going to be a public vote as well at the end. Everyone who's participated in this will get a chance to decide on who they consider to have made the finest contribution.
Okay, well, what do you hope to achieve throughout this treaty?
What do I hope to achieve? As a teacher, I hope that students at the end of all of this will have a far better idea about the whole process of decision making, the process of collective decision making, and how difficult that is to achieve, given the sort of pressures that are on people on these occasions to come up with the right answers. Historically, I'm fairly convinced that students will come out of this realising that the guys in 1919 did a pretty good job, given the pressures that they were under. And from experience, I know that Wednesday's treaty will probably not be as good as the original treaty was. We can expect it to be, I think, probably a little harder on Germany. I think we'll probably end up with countries that are being more selfish, self-centered, and rather lacking any interest or concern about future generations. Every country out for themselves, and so on.
Do you expect any particular country to come out on top? Or?
On these occasions, do I expect any country to come out on top? I expect one country in particular to do very badly.
Germany.
No, Germany will do very badly. Germany's not there.
Oh yeah.
I expect...
Poland?
No, not Poland.
Austria.
The country that is this camera's getting very close.
I know.
The country that is likely to do least well is the United States of America.
And why this? Why the United States?
Because, and this is important, I think, because she's the only country really who's not after self-interest. Every other country at the treaty is hoping to achieve a clear and definable set of aims which are based upon national self-interest. The United States of America isn't doing that. The United States of America is trying to get the other countries to look beyond their own self-interest at the bigger picture, trying to stop a war happening again, trying to have decision-making based upon international justice, trying to set up an international world government and so on. And this just is very, very difficult to achieve, given the national pressures of every other country that is there. That's the point. Every other country there is out for their own good.
So do you think that the Americans' attitude towards this will have any influence over the other countries?
No, I think the Americans, if you want my advice, I think the Americans need to be patient. You need a strong American team. And I think if America can achieve anything, that's an achievement in its own right. They may get away with something like a League of Nations, something like that. And most of the other things that they're trying to achieve will probably fail for the reason I've already given. The other countries who are up against it, we can expect some conflict between Italy and Serbia. With the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, there's a lot of land. We can expect conflict, particularly on land that has been lost by Austro-Hungary to those parts of what might become the new Yugoslavia or what might become Italy. It depends on which of those two countries is able to persuade, I suppose, the others around the table. And that's an important difference between this treaty and the original treaty. The original treaty was not based upon any democratic votes, it was not based upon a show of hands, it was all done behind the scenes. One of the things that makes this treaty very different to the original treaty is that it is democratic. You've got to have the support of 3 other countries, and if you can get the support of 3 other countries, you'll get your motion through, so it makes it very different. So I can expect some dispute between Italy and Serbia, the new Yugoslavia, on that. Otherwise, it comes down to big power interests. Depends on the strength of the British and the French team. They should get most of what they want. What always happens is that Germany gets Germany gets fairly badly treated. She's not there to defend herself, as she wasn't in the original treaty. And what you can expect, I think, is that Germany will probably come out of this worse than she did in 1919. And I can expect Britain and France in particular, with the support then of allies in return for other things, Poland often in return for something, or Yugoslavia in return for something, will often try to get as much out of Germany as possible.
Seeing as you're the chairman, you've got to be unbiased, but do you have
dispassionate and completely objective.
Do you have any secret hopes that one country will do badly or do really well?
I hope that we'll have a strong United States of America. I hope that we will have. I hope people will listen to the debates. That would be novel. That it hasn't all been. Mr. Dukes, want to be in this?
No, I wouldn't. I just like to return these very valuable bits of information.
Thank you very much.
In the art room.
I'm sure. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. I'd like to think that people will listen to debates and may even go into the discussions on the day without their minds made up. And I'm hoping that, as always, I mean, this is a big piece of advice that I'm going to give to all the teams, and that is that...
Sometimes in this session fast.
Thank you for that, Hannah. Yeah, hang on, I was going to explain something quite important. I'd like to think that people will listen to the debates and maybe be persuaded by it, because, as I said, often what has happened in the past is that countries have gone in thinking they've made deals, and thinking that maybe the first 3, 4, even all of the motions of the day are all sort of sewn up. They just have to turn up, we just have to vote, it'll be passed and they'll get what they want. And if it's like it has been in the past, what will really happen is that those pieces of paper that people sign their names up to, those conversations that apparently have committed countries to do certain things, those conversations didn't happen. That piece of paper is just a piece of paper, and on the day things will change and people might be disappointed. And I think above all else what really matters is that if that's the case, that people listen to the quality of debate and vote with what they really believe should happen rather than what they may have agreed in advance.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
That's about it?
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Before I forget, actually a couple of very important things. There's the anachronistic era, and there's also the historical empathy era. Now, in previous years I've been a bit lenient, but because this is a year in which every student in year 12 who's heavily involved tomorrow, and pretty much everybody has done this before, and because year 10 have seen the videos, had a lot of time to prepare, I'm going to be very, very strict on these two features tomorrow. And I think one of the things I'm really going to go for, not so much the anachronistic era, people mentioning World War I rather than the Great War, but I think more importantly, and this is the big one, I'm going to be pulling people up on what I consider to be the empathetic era, where countries have decided to support other countries or decided to support certain motions which people at the time clearly would not have supported. And I'm going to probably set the cat amongst the pigeons in the first round of voting tomorrow. Come over here, Mr. Gabby, so you can be a witness to this.
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on.
The rules will be followed.
The rules will be followed, and most importantly, cat amongst the pigeons. First round of voting, first round of motions on Wednesday. I'm going to be looking for any evidence of a country supporting a motion or a country that they certainly would not have done so in 1919.
The Treaty of Versailles has already been signed. It's already been done.
It's a reenactment. It's a history project.
There you go.
Yes.
So there you go. You heard it here first. So that'll make a short film for the website tomorrow. Okay.
Bye.